your average SSD is only rated for maybe, you know, several hundred million accesses or something like that, or maybe several billion or something before the RAM starts going bad. So similar to the read heads on hard drives. So the less you have to access the files, the better off you're going to be in terms of, you know, that kind of stuff. Not necessarily something that's required, but it's just it's kind of a thing that you can do just to not be a dick or something. That'd be so messed up. Make a program that would just constantly access the SSD while it's running, and just, you know, to run the accesses up so, you know, the drive fails. That'd be such a dick move. We still have one too many things in here somehow. Let's see, we got this, we still got this to get rid of. Somehow, I think that was the one we were missing. Should have like 3 of each of the other ones now. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay. So, now AS1 range, I think, is what it is. And since it's not giving me crap about having a non-existent thing, I'd assume that I'm correct. Let's just save some bloody time here. Oops. And again, saving some time. Okay, so we're good with that now. So the game values. This is fine, this is fine. These aren't fine, because these are going to be STRs now, so... how did I forget the way that I referenced them? That's right, dispo range and fill range, right. Dispo range... fill range. Cool. These are fine, these are fine. Those are fine, I think. No, this needs to be changed as well. And that's where we're going to end for today. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the videos. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them below in the comments section. And if you haven't done so already, would appreciate it if you subscribe to the channel. And I will see you next time, where we'll do some more tackling of this code. I'll work on it before then, though, so we have more of it done. I can kind of show you what's been done. So I'm going to try and get this done within the first couple of weeks here. That's my goal. So I can move on to other stuff. But until next time, I will see you later. Hi everyone, this is GeoWill from Lifeman Productions Squared, and we're back to continue our Developers Vlog 14 recording for Odyssian Void. So, last time we left off, and we're in the wrong program. I was working on some stuff for OV, and I stopped because my room was getting freaking hot. Flash forward to today, it's been probably about a week since then. And I've gotten quite a bit done. A lot of it's actually been done at work. We're going through training right now, and it's just been, you know, tons of breaks. And lots of time just not doing anything. So I've taken it upon myself to be productive during that time and actually work on the game and other stuff while that's going on. So I've been able to get a little bit done, or well, not a little bit, maybe a moderate amount done. Be better description of it. So I went through and we got in the asteroid data. I got that set up in the whatchamacallit? Settings INI. Get that up in now. Standing at the bottom. That's for skills. I want the see up here. I did the same thing with all the others, merged them. However, due to the nature of some of these values, I had to actually kind of not merge them together entirely, because I think I mentioned this before. We had ints and floats and different you know, methods of, you know, different splits that had to be happening, because like I said before, we had a split between these two and these two, but we couldn't do that because this is an int and this is a float. These two are floats, which we can do together. However, there's a split there which doesn't happen with this value, and so can't do that either. So I had to split them apart like that. But I got all the stuff into the code here to deal with those, and also created the gstruct class for that asteroid data. It'll store all that data in a single element, so you don't have to worry about that. Then I also started working on the skills. Now, the skills themselves, well, some of them may be in the game. I think in 0.8. I'm adding them now into this portion of the code right now just because it needs to be done so that it's all present and accounted for, if you will. Leaving no one behind. No one behind enemy lines. Yeah, so for skills, that's what this was down here that you saw just a second ago, this thing, the very bottom here. Now this is kind of an interesting story here. So we have all these skills, and we have, I mean, there's like 90 something skills. I mean, just 90, well not, no yeah, 90 something. I think when I originally did it, I did it just sequentially 2600 to like 2680, 98 or something like that. So there's quite a few skills already in the game. What I had to do though is go back through the SQL file I was making and separate them out into blocks, because I'd forgotten to do that. And I'm going to have some expansion room. But what this is essentially broken down to blocks depending on where the skill is located in the flowchart thing that I made that I had shown in the first couple of videos of the last developers vlog. And so these are in that order. in the database now and in here, set up that way, with some gaps in between, some larger than others, some smaller than others, depending on what kind of skill it is. Like, for example, the weapon skills, I only decided to do 10 skill slots per weapon skills grouping, but like for these other ones, there's 30 skill slots per group. And then also this one on the back here, it's kind of messed up. That one should have been over in here somewhere, but I forgot to do the trading skills back in here wherever they were supposed to be. So they're on the end now, and then we'll also have the processing skills on the end as well. So that's they're kind of the black sheep of the skill ID family here. So that's what all this is, and this is going to be processed based on the same thing as like what we did with these, just basically, or which one was it? It wasn't those, it was the ship IDs. Or we split on the commas and on the hyphens, and then load that all into vector elements, which is what SK data is for. If you saw that over here, S data, it's SK data as the function, the vector I made down here somewhere. I may not have added it over yet. Thought that I did though. Yeah, AD here for that. Now that's asteroid data. Do we need scale data? I might have not done that. Okay, yeah, we need SD. I think I added SD, but I didn't add SD. Don't ask me how that's not giving an error. I think it's because it's declared in the namespace header, but not in this implementation. So I did put it over here. Pretty sure. Yeah, SD. And then, yeah, so I need to move this and these over. I can just do the SD over here. Let's go. Let's put it up here for now. Let's take the externs off. And then we'll add oops, S data and data SD. S data SD. So that's all good now. Okay, so there were errors up there. Okay. Or something. But I'll use the ID proc there. The one for the single vector. So based on my, just kind of, I guess that's something to do here, but just based on my brief looking over this several times today, I think we're done implementing stuff that's in the text file, the INI file, into here. Save for the SK, the skills, because I just added those today, but everything else is in here now and properly set up to be dealt with. Now, the other thing I've been doing, which has been the majority of the work, is working on the menus. Specifically working on all the menus that were empty, which is where this stuff comes in. Any menus that have things that require me to have IDs that I don't have yet because items don't exist yet, I'm just using return 0 for those. Everything else though that we do have items for that we can add into a kind of a loop thing, like with what we did with the with this stuff here. Actually, we can just simplify this down anyway. Forgot to do it in this one. Okay. I'll have to change this once I get launchers in. That's gonna be for 0.7. Let me put in launchers, so the next version. But yeah, I've done a lot of work in here. Either creating the menus that need to be created, like these, or actually this isn't even correct. We need to make this like one of these down here, based on the resource vector. Yeah, putting in menus that were like this and hadn't been added yet, and then menus like this, working on this that hadn't been added yet, putting in either this stuff or return 0, depending on whether or not I had the items to actually populate those menus. Let's see. So what we're going to be doing right now is some more of the same. I'm going to be going through and trying to finish off the rest of these menus. And there's a crap ton of them too. They'll need to go through and deal with. As you can see, there's still a lot of empty ones. I'd say maybe about half of them are empty still. It's not an enormous amount, but still, you know, like 70 or 80, I think, functions empty, and that causes just all kinds of errors because they're supposed to return a type, an int, and they don't return anything because they're empty, and so the compiler says, "You stupid MF, you're not returning anything in these, so you fail. Go kill yourself." Doesn't actually say that last part, but if it could speak, it would say that. That's exactly what it would say. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in and fill those in right now. So let's start at the type, I guess. Let's find what's the first one? That I can find. That's empty. I think I have to go back down here a ways to find one. What is that? Okay, that's just that. So here, so what skills are these? Do I even have them marked? Is it gonna show me? Come on, show me, homie. That actually kind of rhymed a little bit. Wow, that could be a rapper. MCGO. Yes. See, it's not part of the. Let's go ahead and bring this back into the fold, so I can have IntelliSense do its damn job. Okay. Am I gonna get the thing yet? Pop-ups. There we go. No, I'm not, am I? It's not gonna have the message. What the frick? Oh, there it is. Peak definition. So this is the ship battle skills and planetary battle skills. So we're just gonna return 0 on those. Or actually, no. We could return them, can't we? We could. Get what the. Get iPair error type. The frill? Why are you doing this to me, man? Why? What could you possibly have to complain about? A vector of t, and we're giving you a vector of t. gvars has nothing called MIDs. What the hell is MIDs? Oh, it should be WIDs because that's lasers, right? Yeah. I just, typed in randomly M for stupid, I guess. Get iPairs. Oh, not gear iPair. I'm not Ermigerd. Although that's a fairly fair approximation of it. Ger. Any more frellups? No? I'll probably find some more though. Well, look at this. No instance of overloaded function. Your constant care can go to hell. Oh, well, for one, we're missing semicolons. What is up with that constant care crap? That's happened before. On one of the other functions over there, I just randomly stopped seeing strings as strings and did constant cares with them for some reason. How did I fix that? So I know I fixed it somehow. Well, for one, it's supposed to take an int, not a string, and I'm a dumbass. God. Yeah, let's just see what happens. You know, we'll just give it a string and, you know, maybe it won't try and bite my head off. No such luck. Yeah, strings will be fine. It says int, but who gives a damn? Who gives a crap? Doesn't mean it has to be an int. It can be a string. There's no possible way the compiler will throw a syntax error. It's just not possible. Alright, so those problems dealt with. We need to deal with these now. So, we need to open Smart Draw, and we need to take a look at. Actually, I could just do. I have a PDF file. Frack that thing. I actually put that into an Excel document. Spent 45 minutes getting the page breaks in Excel to line up properly, and let me tell you, page breaking in Excel is a POS thing. Microsoft is just, at least in 2010, Microsoft really just, you know, pardon my French, but they really fucked up on that. And it's just totally ridiculous. But we got it done, so that's this. And I just sent this to my work computer and been using it to work off of. Not easily, but it works. Let's see. So the first, yeah, it's the first group, right? If I can find the damn things. Freaking too many skills. Yeah, battle skills, ship battle, and planetary battle. So those are the first ones. So 0 and 1 respectively. So we just come down here, grab this, and this is wrong though, we'll have to fix that. That got pulled in from somewhere else, I forget where, but we'll have to fix this. Because it won't be the appropriate length. So we'll have to do is we'll have to say 1 because it's always going to be 1 being the first value. And then whatever the size of you know, the vector we passed is, that's what we have to do. For all of these really, because you'll never know what the actual value is supposed to be now because it's not going to be hard coded, it's going to be this way. So 0 and 1. Next up on our list is Shimpton. What are you? Administration, colonization, and then ship skills. So, planetary administration and colonization. So, planetary battle, cartography, mining. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, so 5 and 6 are these respectively. So, 4 and 5, because again, 0 indexed. 0 indexing is the bomb. Because it just totally screws you over. Alright, so next up. Yeah, ship skills. So cargo CPU, these ones should be in order, proper order. As far as where they're at. I have no clue what this thing's complaining about up here. You forgot to put another freaking thing, and you're a dumbass. No PSIDs. Ah, okay, it's lowercase. Planetary shields. What else is it complaining about? Oh, you forgot to take out a string and close off the thing. And fix the R. Got so many issues with this stuff. I blame it on the goddamn keyboards at work. They just suck so much crap. How anybody gets anything done there is a freaking mystery to me because the keyboards suck so much. Maybe the keyboards aren't quite as bad on their actual machines. Maybe they just have really crappy training systems. How many of these did I frickin' do? All of them? No. Not all of them, but a good fair whack of them. Also seems to be one down here. A little lag from stupid frickin'... What is this? Oh, it has no... Okay, so we may be able to just take that out. But yeah, frickin' stupid lag from Logitech's crap software. It's been a pain in my... Hey, look at this crap. Just look at this thing. This is the Logitech processor, L-Core. Look at this thing. It's using 13 to 17% of my CPU. And it's using, or has reserved, almost a gig of RAM. It's using 262 of it though. 262 megs. Of almost a gig of RAM it's allocated for itself. It's just so freaking ridiculous. I believe it's actually using more RAM than WaterFox is right now. Which is saying something because... I guess not. But it is still using a hell of a lot. Almost as much as Firefox. Oh, and I'm going to give a shout out for PC WinTech. If you want to deal with memory issues from Windows, I think probably Vista and 7 both probably have this issue, where the system will save your stored data and RAM in your memory. It will not unallocate the memory or scrub the memory after a program's been closed. It'll keep the memory, the data that you were using, used by that program in memory until the need arises for it to be disallocated for some other program. It's total crap. The reason they say they do this is because it's supposed to make running other programs faster because the memory that was there is already there still. So if we reopen it, it's there. It's some bullshit response if you ask me, honestly. When a program is not in use anymore, it should not leave anything behind in memory. It's just basic, simple, beginners OS programming, stuff there. A program should not leave anything in active memory after it's after the process has been suspended, cancelled, killed, removed. It's just sloppy. Not only sloppy, but it's dangerous. So that's where this program comes in. Clean Mem Mini Monitor. There's a 7-day trial for the Pro version, but it's only about $5, $6 for the Pro version. And what you can do is you can actually set up a monitor thing here, like I have, where you have it clean your memory every so often. So, for example, it runs to clean the memory every 15 minutes when memory usage is over 30% or more. It cleans the file cache when the cache is 50 gigabytes or 50 megabytes or more. every 10 minutes, and then some rules here where I clean AT Kex comm service, which is for the Asus monitoring software, whatever it comes with their, where I have the thermal panel and all that. For whatever reason, it sucks up massive amounts of RAM after a while, so that's in here. WaterFox, because it does the same thing. Just kind of, stores lots and lots of data in memory and doesn't remove anything very well. Same thing with this. This has been giving me crap. Explorer, and then also Alcor down here. So every time this is over 30 megabytes, because I've determined that this 28 megabytes is the amount of RAM it should use normally. It should not go over that, because that's what it uses when it starts up. And when it starts up, that's the most RAM it should ever use, because it has no features that would use RAM like that. There's just no reason for it to take up that much RAM, like you see over here. And so every time these rules are met, it'll clean it'll set up to clean them. We can also set up to kill the process. What's some of the, let me see, is there another? Yeah, clean or kill. So you can either end the process or you can clean it. And cleaning it just means that it removes all non-active memory from your RAM, I believe, from your memory space. So it just kind of scrubs that data, and a lot of programs will just rebuild the data up anyway if it needs it. So it doesn't really have that really doesn't have that drastic of an effect, but it does remove any stuff from RAM, data from RAM that's not needed, and is not going to be rebuilt by your processes. So it does help keep your memory RAM usage down. I really needed this because my RAM usage would, after running for as long as I do, I run my PC 24/7. So after a couple days, my RAM usage would get up to like 60-70% and just stay there, even sometimes higher than that. And ever since I installed this, it's been keeping the RAM usage down. Although Alcor has been sucking up large amounts of RAM recently, so. And whenever that thing runs, it doesn't really get anything rid of it. That's why it's a memory leak. Because the data is supposedly being actively used, or it's being actively written, stored, read, whatever. Which indicates that the program's just leaking memory and leaking data into memory it shouldn't be. Anyway, so we were talking about, like I mentioned, it was about the lag, and so I got kind of derailed there. So we got this here, down here, peak. So ammo, we don't have any ammo yet, so the next three are going to be return zeros. Railgun ammo, to be specific. So jammer drone, same thing, because we don't have any drones yet. We could just copy paste it, I suppose. Oh, it doesn't do the, I guess we could do the whole thing. Let's see. All the drones can just be returned zeroed because they're not going to be in the game yet. Drones are only going to be in the full version of the game, so I have no clue how I would implement them as part of a text-based game. Well, I mean, I guess it could be done, but I'd rather just leave it off till 1.0. It's no use putting them in 9. Just to have to, maybe rewrite the entire class for drones for 1. So, same thing with, asteroids. And again, this isn't because eventually what's going to happen is that for 0.7, because that's when the economy is going in. What'll happen is that I'll make a new database, new table in the database for station. It'll be in the save database for. Well. Should it be in the database, or should I just... No, we'll put it in the, it'll be part of the, station class. Maybe we'll, co-opt station inventory again. And what we'll do is we'll actually create a station inventory where the station will have a set amount of, items at it, depending on what's been sold or bought from it by the NPCs that the player can choose from. So, like, for example... At one point, it may have had carboid ore, but let's say that NPC comes through and just buys it all out, so the player can't buy that anymore. So we'll have to kind of figure out how to incorporate that into these menus. Well, not the menus, but these things where we go through and print out the stuff to buy. Maybe we'll still have it, but then we'll have like a thing on the item information menu where it'll say how many items of this type are available, and it would say like 0 of 0 or something like that. But for this, well, it has to go by type. So we'll leave these because we have to do something a bit different for those. So we'll leave those off. Now, these, though, same thing, because we don't have afterburners or any of this other stuff. To be honest, we probably could bring in the drone menus, but what I'm going to do with a lot of these, like for these, for example, is ship enhancements and things. So I'm just going to disable the menu, comment it out, and put a, the feature coming soon message in their place until I get the items in. So planetary, yes, that's the weapons platforms for planetary. Or no, we do have those. So so this is a vector of vectors, if I'm not mistaken. Is it? Isn't it? Or is it? No, it's a vector of PT ranges, or PD whatever range. That's right. PDIDs. That's right. PDIDs. PDiddies. So. Okay, no, yeah, so each one of these, each vector element is a different weapon type. That's right. So, it'll be 1, so 0 is lasers, 1 is missiles, 2 railguns, and 3 is heavy weapons. P-Diddies. And well, wait. These should be broken down by planet type as well. So these are separated by type. Planetary defenses by type. But then these aren't broken down. Okay, so what I haven't done yet is I haven't implemented the new, because what's going to happen is that these are going to have different weapon types now. Right now these are just, essentially lasers only is what they are really. So no, yeah, we want to do R0 on these. Return 0, because the items that we need to do, or rather the functionality we need, is not present yet, because we haven't put it into the database yet. So return 0 on those two. Plus you can't colonize things anyway, so it doesn't freaking matter. Now, equipment menu drone. Let's go back to drones again. Yeah. War drones. Forget what these are a part of. Oh no, these are the modules, that's right. These are the actual modules, not the drones. Oh wow. Forgot about that. Yeah, so all of these are going to be returned 0 right now because I don't have any of this stuff yet. Some of the stuff will get implemented before 1.0, others won't. Just depends on what it is used for. What the, so... Oh, mineral scanner, I think that's what that is, mineral scanner. That's a cargo scanner. Scanner, mineral, yeah, scanner, cargo, scanner, mineral. So... ship enhancements. Let's have a look. So cargo enhancements is nothing. I think we might... Oh, here we go. No, yeah. Cargo enhancements. Okay, so that's just by class. There's no extra stuff. So I'll go ahead and say return 0. Because as with the other stuff, doesn't exist yet. Orbital supply depot, same with that. A lot of stuff's going to be return 0. A lot of the stuff we're adding, or working on tonight. Because the items don't exist yet, so we can't have the ID ranges. Now these are listing the actual enhancements, but again, all this stuff's going to be returned 0 anyway, so I'm not going to fill in the rest of these yet. What I'll do is I'll come back through and do it, but that'll be for later. I won't do it on the video. So it'll get kind of tedious and boring. So I think that's everything. That's everything from where I started at. So cool. Now let's go ahead and trying to think of what to do. Actually, what I'll do is I'll take a break right now. Maybe an hour and a half, 2 hour break. Then we'll come back and do a little more recording, and by then I'll have decided what I want to do for the rest of the recording we're going to be doing tonight. So, thanks for watching so far, and I will be back in a bit. Alright, hey everyone, this is Joel, and we're back to continue the recording session for this portion of recording for the 14th Developers Vlog for Odyssian Void. So I was just trying to figure out what to work on, and kind of got an interesting idea. And, let's go ahead and try. Excuse me. Let's go ahead and make a multi-threaded program. Now, what this would be used for is this kind of give me like a proof of concept program. It's going to go in the test bed. What it's going to be used for is for the mining process, so that every mining laser on a ship will get its own thread within the program, and we'll be able to work asynchronously of each other, and so you'll have more interactive, I guess you could say, type of thing. Of course, we'll also have to then modify the code for how you initiate the mining cycle, but that's for another time. So what we're going to do is I'm going to minimize this, and we're going to open. I think this goes to 13 now. My G1. No, it's still 12. Damn. Well, it's fine, because I think I haven't brought my test programs thing up here, so we'll leave it in 2012's 2012 version here. So I'm going to go ahead and minimize this. I don't think we have any threading tests. No. Alright. So add new project. Console application, Visual C++, threading test. Guess we'll call it. Next, let's see, empty project, finish. So, I have never done threading on C++ before, so I'm going to have to do a little bit of research here. First of all, let's go ahead and add the main. Okay. So, let's get over here and search for threading plus C++. So std thread. Since C++ 11 class thread. Okay. Let's see. When was this made? 2000. Okay, so good. Before C++ 11, or at least with the code that we'll have in this version of Visual Studio. So, let's see. That's pthread still, it's not we're looking for C++. Let me see if we can find. Damn, really? Well, we've got boost, so that's fine. Let's go 5.7. Let's just skip right to the let's see, thread management. So, launching managing threads, each boost thread is its own execution. Run a thread. Movable. Alright, so let's see, let's start calling. So launch passing an object of a callable type that can be invoked, no parameter constructor. So callable X. Interesting. Void operator. Copies are safe. Huh. Interesting. Let's see, boost threading. The boost tutorials are just frickin', you know, much rather shove nails through my friggin' skull. I'm gonna watch this video and we'll come back to recording here in a second. So I thought that C++ would have its own boost. It may in C++ 11, but we're using 2012 and it may not actually have that implemented yet. So we wouldn't have to use boost. I probably would use boost anyway since we're using it now for the game. But I need to brush up on how to actually use boost in this context. So I will be back in a bit. Alright, so I watched that video and kind of get a better understanding of it now. It's not quite like C#'s threading, but it's kind of similar. So what we need to do is we need to do a few things here. First of all, we need to go to properties, and we need to well, first of all, we need to do properties of this. Configuration properties. No, it is this. I don't know what the hell then. Doesn't show. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Okay. So we need to add our directory, our boost directory, to. God, it's so hot in here. Well, it's muggy. It's the problem. We're supposed to be getting a huge storm through or something. But anyway, so we need to include our boost paths here. So I'm going to add d boost underscore 1570. And this is the include directory. So boost. And the library directory, which is d boost 1570 / lib. Apply. Now I don't think we need to add a library. Let me see here.